Доброго дня.
Good morning, dear colleagues. We will continue our working day in the Ukraine Crisis Media Center. And the next topic is developing culture of light in Ukraine. Our guest shall be Veronika Chernets, representative of Organizers Committee Light Your God in 2016, Leonid Nazarenko, developer, Natalya Voyko, member of the International Union of Architects of Ukraine, and Association of Landscape Architects, Dmytro Pirkl, historian, and Valery Zelinsky from Messefrankfurt, Ukraine. In addition, we have Mario Bonicelli, architect, founder of MBA Studio and of the International Landscape Design Festival Arketipos. And we hope that two more speakers will join us via Skype. As soon as they do it, I'll present them. And now I give the floor to Olena Kravetsky. She is organizer of Light Your Garden 2016. Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to see you at our press conference. And I'm glad to tell you about a new project that will be launched in Ukraine to contribute to development of culture of light in Ukraine. This is Light Your God. It is registered in the International Year of Light program 2015. Why we start talking about it now? This is because a lot of countries took part in this project, and Ukraine is just one from 147 participants. Now we are summarizing the results, and on the 3rd of October in Paris, the results were presented, and every participant received a printed report where we can find information on events that were held in the framework of this Year of Light. And you can see Ukraine there among the participants with the program Light Your Garden. This is a well-known event and it will go on. We will continue the program this year. We have perspectives ahead, so we call on all professionals in this field, separate light designers, to join it. Actually, we need to develop culture of light in Ukraine. I really would like to see that this development goes on step by step somehow. And now I give the floor to our dear speakers. Let them say a few words. Good afternoon. Sorry, I'll be talking in Russian. Our project turned out to be a bit spontaneous last year. We were really lucky because we just came up with our idea to create such a project in Ukraine to UNESCO, and they included us into this program. This is a unique case for our country. I would like to mention that we are really very lucky with the jury, with the specialists in this field who reacted to our idea. Because unfortunately, Ukraine is a bit behind other countries of the world. For example, may I take this just to show you the presentation? We made a research on example of the city of Kharkiv, how the light is represented there in the city. Because you know the culture of light, this is a knowledge how to find the right lightning in the right places in the city, in the urban space. And representation of a city from the from historical point of view, to our tourists, to its inhabitants, depends a lot on on light as well. So here is the example that we have. The presentation doesn't work. Oh, here is it. So here is Kharkiv example. We drew through central streets and made photos of the elements that are present in our city. The light environment of the city consists of four blocks. The first one is visual. Visual component, this is what we... Oh, it doesn't work again. Could you switch it, please? Several slides ahead to Kharkiv. The next one. And one more. Okay. Oh, no, the previous one. The brightest example is lighting of advertisement, light in the streets, light for the monuments, and for several buildings, architecture. When we analyze it from a professional point of view, we noticed such a picture. We can see how it is used today, and we can compare to what it should have been according to recommendations of International Committee on Light. I'll explain what I actually mean. We have a very chaotic representation, and this is sad because it creates discomfort for people who walk the streets. This is from more professional point of view. If you take simply look at this from the point of culture of life, light. The culture of light is rather young comparing to the history of architecture, for example. And the knowledge how to integrate light into the architecture of the city is the key task for all countries, all cities of the world. A lot of countries such as France, Germany, Italy, USA, the USA, Australia, they go forward and forward, and as soon as they hear some recommendations from the World Committee, they implement the standards and try to align everything to them. Because this is a very good guideline how to do it in the right way. But here in Ukraine, unfortunately, we are left behind the rest of the world, and it is crucial to pay attention to the fact that, of course, light is a part of the urban space. It continues the light even at night time. This is a part of a comfortable environment for all inhabitants of the city. And this was our main idea. This competition was just the first step to turn attention to this art and to this issue in Ukraine. You have a small video, right? Shall we show it? I guess that yes, but a bit later. Thank you, Veronika, and I give the floor to Vadym Bidnenko. I would like to thank the organizers for the possibility of for us to participate in the commission of this competition. I would like to say about the competition that this is possibly the only light design competition in Ukraine. So this is a really important event for this professional field. We can look at this from the point of view of professionals or producers of special lighting equipment. Anyway, everyone is interested to participate in this competition somehow. I remember last year several students decided to participate, and for them it was a great opportunity to put in practice their skills, their understanding. Light technique by itself is a mix of technique and art. This is really a mix because it combines influences on human body as well, on eyes, and such comparison where we can find technical, artistic moments. It was very interesting for the students. What about producers and professionals who work in this field? It was interesting for them as well. For example, let's come back to 10 years ago. We just started talking about light diodes and about electromobiles, and now 10 years later we can see that light diodes are used in almost every project. Yes, we have less electromobiles, so it's kind of light revolution in technical field, and this touched not only the product, but also the way how the business is done and all these calculations in this field and so on. Even professionals from this environment who have been working there for many years now are a bit disappointed because they have to study, to learn new things and apply these new skills in their business. That's why it is very useful to participate in such competition for the students and for producers as well. In addition, it's worth mentioning that, again, this competition was a unique case in Ukraine. That's why, well, we have a kind of wish for everyone that this competition should be enlarged and to promote it further and further. Thank you very much for welcoming us, and let's wish to one another to conduct this competition every year. Natali Voyko is speaking. I would like to thank the organizers of the contest for inviting us to participate. And I'm very glad that this work that we started in 2015 continues. I would like to say, for me as an urbanist, as an architect, it is very important to look on this issue from the point of view of the urbanist. What I would like to pay attention to. The summer is over and days became shorter, and our cities become darker and darker because the dark part of the day increases. And really big areas of cities have no enough light, or this light is not sufficient, and this is not only in residential quarters but in some parts of the center as well. Um, in the center, in the outskirts. So, what about such situation? Of course, it creates discomfort for those living in the city, and creates a more favorable environment for criminals. Statistics shows that absence of light increases the danger of criminal attacks to up to 30%, comparing to the streets where there is enough light. And of course, when people go people prefer going to the places where there is a lot of light, and to escape from those where there is just darkness. The second thing that I would like to mention, these are small streets in residential areas. We see simple small lamps. They are not efficient, however, they are installed everywhere. These plastic coverage for the lamps, they become dirty very quickly, and they did not let the light to pass normally. And they are located on the level of the third or fourth floor, and this creates discomfort for people living on the third or the fourth floor. One more moment. When you are walking in the streets, you may find particular light installations that are lighting several buildings. All these things, as usual, are 1 minute left. I'll try to be very quick. They're usually made not really professionally, and they create negative associations for those looking at them. If we start talking about opportunities for us, people usually don't make experiments with the light in their ordinary life. It's just on the New Year Eve when we decorate everything. All of these things make us conclude that we have no complex decision for the culture of light in the city. Here we should take into attention all the types of lighting, its functionality, for the architecture, for information stands, special light for the holidays. So when we're talking about a complex decision, we usually understand it as a decision for architectural objects, but we don't think about others. Just to conclude, I'll try to put it short. The optimal decision that would take into account all criteria, to our opinion, this is a type of lighting that is implemented in the. A good lighting is when you don't pay attention where the light comes out. You simply see the light everywhere. Mr. House said that light in the city is a very important element, and we should work with it in the right way. That's why I'm very glad that here in Ukraine we started moving forward, and we have this movement popularizing aesthetic of light. And I hope this will be implemented on a more professional level, and that we will have more more wide implementation, not only this competition, but also festivals, various movements that would give opportunity to our people to make experiments and to learn more. This is just a general outlook of those issues that I would like to, to mention. And I wish everyone success in their work and good innovative projects and interesting decisions for our urban space. I give the floor to Mr. Valery Zelinsky. Thank you. I would like to thank to the organizers of the competition. I represent Paris Expo Media Company. We are from Messefrankfurt, a leading concern in the world. We organize professional exposition of the lighting equipment. First of all, this is light in building exhibition that was held this year. It hosted over 2,100 participants and over 2,500 exposed objects. And this exhibition represented achievements from the whole world, from artistic and technological point of view, various equipment for lighting streets and festivals and so on. I should mention that Ukrainian companies were represented there too. There were two companies, Radi and PBM Gas. Of course, this is only beginning, and I hope that in the future there will be more participation from Ukraine. I'm glad to see that more visitors from Ukraine came to this exhibition, over 800 persons. Most of them are top managers of the companies from this field. But anyway, this is 44% more than in the previous year. This is very good because at Light and Build exhibition are represented works of a lot of designers, architects who work with light, and they have a unique opportunity to show their skills in the evening Frankfurt. Please show some more slides. For example, several works that were represented by the artists. Could you show the next slide, please? This is one of the buildings in Frankfurt that was lighted by the specialists. And one more art object, and the next one. All the visitors were invited to the city from the exhibition, and they could see all these art objects. For example, one more work. Here you can see registration of visitors, so you see there is a lot of people. The next one, please. One more art object created by designers. So you saw just a small part because we have few time, and I missed several details. Our architects, when they visited this exhibition, they said that they completely changed their worldview on this field. They saw a lot of new things. That's why I address to the specialists, to mass media representatives, please come to the next exhibition that will be held in 2018. You could find information here in the hall. We will consider opportunity to offer as a prize to the winner of our competition a visit to Frankfurt to this exhibition, and I think this will be a good motivation for other professionals to participate in the competition, and it will motivate specialists to create more interesting things in Kyiv and other cities of Ukraine. I give the floor to Dmytro Pirkl. Hello everyone. I'll try to be even more short. I was invited as a historian. That's why I will come back a little bit. Ukraine has always followed European trends in culture, and in this context of light as well. In the 18th century, Katerinoslav City Duma signed a contract with a Belgian company about installation of the first lanterns in Katerinoslav, now Dnipropetrovsk. And it was one of the first cities of the Russian Empire that received lanterns. It was the first city that became lighted by real lanterns. So it's not strange that this is this city that launched the initiative of the competition to turn attention to this issue. So I will simply wish good luck to the initiators of this competition. Mr. Mario Monicelli from Italy.
Okay, good. I'm very. So I say goodbye to you, to above all to Veronika, to Natali, and to Vadym, that I met last year in Dnipropetrovsk during the first edition of Light Your Garden.
Mr. Mario, I'm sorry, we have only 4 minutes left until the end of the press conference, so please be as short as possible, okay?
Yes, I will be very short.
Okay.
So it's a pleasure for me to also for 3 years to attend at your competition. I'm an architect. I am one of organizers of Maestro del Paesaggio. It's a very important event about landscape and garden. Now they say, the journalists of Europe say that it is one of the most important events in Europe. And we have been very glad because this year during our event, we organize every year a summer school with students from all Europe. This year, for the first time, 2 Ukrainian students from your countries, and they had been very congratulations because they work very well. So this is very important because it means that this event, this international event, like your garden, it allows to meet the people, the professional, the architects, the landscape designer, the light designer, and so it allows to improve the level of every country, because during the relationships it's very important. Also, I saw during the work of this jury of this year, the level of Light Your Garden in the second edition, it has been very improved, so I was very happy. I look forward to be in Ukraine next week to attend to your ceremony. So congratulations and see you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Mario. Welcome to Ukraine, sure. Також в нас є...
And we also have via Skype, oh no, don't have it now. This was Ms. Olena Markitantova, but she will unable to connect. So we will finish here. Dear colleagues, if you have any questions, you can ask them off records, because unfortunately we ran out of time. Next event will start in 1 minute. Thank you, good luck, and see you.